Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 7. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Heavenly is letting some of the ladies know that she is going to be starting her campaign. She wants to get into politics. And she was, one of the people who was on, free lunch or reduced lunch. In Georgia, where I was staying at when I was younger, we didn't have free or reduced lunch. Like, everybody's lunch was paid for, so you didn't have to worry about those things. And I think our books were paid for as well. When that was like in the 90s. Now, what it is like now, I don't know. And it wasn't until I was older that I didn't realize that voting for local elections is what's going to that's affecting me and my community. I started voting in 2004. I voted in 2004, and then I voted again in 2008. It wasn't until I got married and my mother-in-law, rest her soul, that she would work at the polling station. She was the one you give your ID to when your name is this, if they're okay, here's your ticket, you go to that booth over there. She was that person. So I didn't realize that voting in the local elections, it helps with you in your community. The people you want representing you, that's going to be like, hey, this street over here, we need the potholes fixed. Hey, there is no lights over here, so it's unsafe for people who are getting off at work at night who have to walk or get off the bus or just walk down the street. We need this taken care of. Like, hey, why is it all these, like, people just throwing their trash over here? Voting in these elections are going to get things done in your community, and I'm glad she let that know. Because, like, voting for the president, yeah, that's good. Voting for your local election, that's going to affect you, what you got going on in your community. Then, what's her name, Brandy, she was thanking heavily because, like, hey, when I introduced you to my friend Bernard, you was really a big sister. Meanwhile, Toya, she over there like, oh, this your friend? But when you trying to have me hook you up with several other people, the fact that she has somebody here right now that she has brought, Toya should have never brought up Brandy wanting her to hook up with somebody else. You don't know how that could have affected Brandy and what she got going on with this man. Because it could have been like they wasn't really getting together and Toya wasn't bringing any good prospects. And she was like, hey, let me go back to that old thing. Or it could have been just like she is just dating at this time and she is not committed to anything. And now it's like, if y'all are just dating, I personally don't see anything wrong, but you got to communicate these type of things. And it was like, Toya, she is going against girl code. And I was like, I completely agree. She is going against girl code. Like, why would you go up to this lady while she brought some dude to this event and be like, well, I thought you was trying to have me hook you up with somebody else. Like, you would think that Toya would know to just keep it hush and not bring anything up. Sorry about my bra again. But no, she got a doggone throw Brandy's business out here in the streets. Meanwhile, across town, Toya's letting the rest of the ladies know that she wasn't abiding to girl code. And how she walked up to Brandy and was like, well, didn't you tell me that you was trying to have me hook you up with somebody while she was sitting there on kind of sort of a date? Knowing that could have went all kinds of left. Like, just because she asked you... Now, I'm not saying the man would have did anything, but like... If she was like, hey, this is who I want to be with, you could have messed that up by bringing up that she was trying to get hooked up with somebody else. That's what I'm trying to say. And, like, everybody's, like, agree with her. Like, girl, why would you do that? But Toya's thing is, what if I was trying to hook you up with my family member and you trying to play my family member? Like, first of all, you shouldn't be trying to hook your family member up with somebody who you consider a friend. Because what if things don't work out? Now you can no longer be friends with this person because you and this person and your family member did not work out. But anyway, she don't see nothing wrong with what she did. And I'm like, sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut. You didn't have to come over here and ask her about what they got going on and bring it up how you was trying to hook up with somebody else. Then we get to talking about Simone and her obsession about, not Toya, but Quiet and Quiet's life and how Quiet pays for things. Y'all know this has been going on for years. Simone talking about Quad's condo after she broke up with Dr. G. It's like she got what she could get after she had moved out. And then she went and bought her a nicer house. And then you wondering how she paying for that house. How she paying for her cars. And I'm telling you, there's only one time in my life that I'd be like, dang, how did they afford that house? And that was looking at the house on Home Alone. The outside of that house. The house looked big. Now, granted, I know that now, as an adult, I know that the inside of that house is not the actual factual house. But I'm like, the only time I'm questioning somebody's money was like the Home Alone house or Home Alone in general. How would you afford that house? But then again, this was a 90, and then afford to take 11 people to Paris. How would you make that? Is the only time I wonder about somebody's money is if I'm watching a show or like a movie or something like that. I'm not questioning somebody that I actually know, like, how are they affording their house? There go my bra again. I apologize. I am never going to out of my way to look up somebody else's business like that, for real, for real. And the fact that I'm not Toya, but Simone is doing it, it's like, are you trying to figure out how she's doing things so you can be like, okay, if I need to jump loose and break free from these people, I can still live the life that I want? I don't know, but like people are acting like Quad has never had a job. Because wasn't Quad working somewhere in the medical field while she was before, during, and after she was with Dr. G? So she had money to get things, and she's making money from these shows. And she probably gets money for doing appearances and endorsements and things like that. But the fact that, I guess, since she doesn't have a partner or actual husband or anything who is helping with the bills, it is a foreign concept that Quiet can be living a life that she is living. Heavenly, y'all know she's running for office, and Quad is her campaign manager, and they have like a little small rally, and she's saying how her son had been arrested and how that made her want to go in to be a state representative because, her words, young black men, I think she said 23 to 27, they're being harmed by the police, and she wants to do something about that. I don't know what her son got arrested for, and to make her like do this leap, like granted something could have happened to him, but I don't think he was harmed, or maybe he was, I don't know. But either way, she decided she wants to become a state representative. Now, the other ladies think it's odd because y'all know Toya, she like to talk about folks. She like to talk about you, your mama, your husband. She likes to do these things. So, like, this don't seem like you should be going into this avenue. But I'm like, in the current state we are in the United States of America, this seems like it seems befitting. But the people are complaining because, like, it's hot outside, but, like, it seems like this was filmed in the summertime in Georgia. Yes, if you were outside, you were going to be sweaty. Well, Toya, she is in the audience putting her 2 cents in. And, like, that's all you got to talk about, something, doing what Toya does. Well, afterwards, Mimi takes it upon herself to confront Angel. Like, hey, girl, you need to be careful who you align yourself with. Now, she comes to this conclusion because Angel is like, okay, before I go hop, skipping, and jump into endorsing heavily, I want to know what her politics are about. We friends, we cool, and all those other things, but how you feel about things may not align with how I feel about things. And for whatever reason, Mimi has got it that, oh, so you just following behind Toya because Toya not really feeling heavenly right now. It's like, no. She's saying, I want to hear more about what heavenly is about before I do that. This ain't got nothing to do with Toya. This has something to do with me. So it's just like, well, she was just up there talking about you the other day. Now you want to follow behind her. And it's kind of giving, you shouldn't be friends with Toya. You need to come over here and be friends with us. And just because you are having a mind of your own, I'm going to put that on as you're following Toya. And it was a weird interaction. And Brandon was like, what are you doing? Like, girl, I can have my own opinion. I don't like how Mimi's always trying to diagnose the ladies in this group. Just because she says, I want to know about her policies, that automatically, oh, you just follow behind Toya. And it didn't make sense to me. The interaction was odd to me. And it's like, what are you doing, Mimi? I'm going to need you to stop. Simone and Jackie meet up. And Simone lets Jackie know that she's giving up OB. She's just going, she done delivering babies. She's delivered thousands of babies. Now she just wants to be in a gynecologist. She's still a doctor. She's still going to be making money. But, like, delivering babies, she done with that. And I was like, that probably brings some stress off of her. Because, you know, babies, they come when they want to come. Baby will come at 2 o'clock in the morning while you at home sleep. Now you got to rush to the hospital to deliver this baby. So, you know, that's messing up your sleep pattern. She's already, in her, I believe in like her late 40s, early 50s. And like, she's tired. She lets us know that like the bulk of the expenses of the house are being paid by her. Now, I think we can really just dead all this, have a sit down with Cecil and her 2 sons and like, okay, son, that you want to go do, want to be a lawyer. I've paid for your college. I've paid for your housing. I've paid for your car, and I've paid for your living expenses. Cecil, if you think we should be paying for his college education, I've done undergrad. You take care of things now and see how things are going to change. Because like we're paying for it. How about out of your money, you pay for some things? Now, Cecil left a good corporate job in 2018 because he got burned out. He was tired of punching in the clock. Now, I don't know how much he got when he left his job or how much he has left. I'm like, y'all been on this show for 12 seasons and we see that you like to entertain and, have, why don't you get into having, getting your own liquor brand, having your own little bar, like a little cigar bar, a little upscale cigar bar. This is what you like doing. So why don't you, make the best of the things that you're on this show and get this going? That way you bringing in more money, so it's taking more stress off of Simone. Toya, I think she would be wonderful at a luxury event planner. Because y'all know when Toya is hosting an event, she goes all out. So I was like, you could be this could be extra income. And I was like, it just really baffles me when you see these people getting on the show and they've been on this show for several years. Granted, yeah, Toya, she did have her wine club she had, but event planning seemed like that's right up her alley. And a luxury event planner, that would be wonderful for Toya. And like I said with Cecil, have your own little cigar, have your own cigars, have your own type of liquor, have your own custom made shot glasses and things like that. And maybe Simone wouldn't be so tired, because Simone's at the point was she's just ready to live her life. She's not trying to go into her golden years being stressed out by her husband and at least one of her sons. She is ready to take it back at work and just be an OBGYN. She is ready to relax and get some of the pressure off of her. And I was like, maybe you should do what you done before and be like, you know what? Michael and Miles, y'all go back to that big house. I'ma stay at this condo and y'all figure it out. And see how they last without Simone bringing in and taking care of everything. And maybe then they will start appreciating her. So Brandi, she is launching her scrub line because the scrubs that they was wearing is a little uncomfortable, all tight, but these scrubs are more fashionable, more flexible, so when you're working with the patients, you're comfortable as well. And of course, since we're having this event, something's going to have to pop off. And it seems like Toya is the main instigator in all these pop-offs. Because now it was Toya and Heavenly, they get into it, going back and forth to where Heavenly, she wanted to up and leave. And then, Toya and Mimi getting into it because Mimi was questioning Angel about what her being like following behind Toya. No, yeah, following behind Toya. It was just a lot, and this was all before the fashion show even started. And we already going off like this. Now, like, I know, like, why is it, can we just have one event to where nobody's popping off? I understand that we can just to control ourselves just this one time at somebody's event. Now, the ladies are proud of Angel because, these squirrels are like, they're going to be comfortable with working with. And I was like, that's good. You done got on the show. You done got your business to where it's getting some recognition. This is what I'm about. Getting on these shows, and this is the product I have. Okay, good. Because, some of these people get on her, and what's always, I got a skincare line. I got a candle line. Things like this. Scrubs, this is like something that they haven't had a line at. Or I have, this wig line, or extension line, or a hair line. No, these scrubs, this is something not one, because, like, Married to Medicine is like basically the only show to where there's like a doctor, like one of the main shows. Like there's probably some doctors on other shows, but like the cast either married to a doctor or are doctors. So this is like an area where like not too many people who are on shows are like thriving in as far as like business. Her having her scrubs and getting it promoted on the show is like, oh, nurses is gonna be like, oh, okay. The only qualification is I have to have this color. So if I got this, I'm abiding by the rules of the hospital or office I work at with. I can have this cute scrubs. And I'm abiding to the color I have. We make some money, so I appreciate that. But since Contessa was not at the family reunion event that Heavenly had, and she don't know how everybody is gone left, she decides that she is going to throw a trip. And I was like, well, you just going to take all these ladies who have been getting into it to another location so they can get into it yet again. Just when I thought things were all calmed down, now Brandy is confronting Toya about not being a good friend and let her know we going to pin this right here, but I want to have a conversation another time. Which Toya's like, why don't we just have a conversation now? But she's like, no, we'll have this conversation another time. Me, if you wasn't going to talk about it now, maybe she should have brought it up at a different time. Like, hey, Toya, I would like to meet up and then discuss. And I'd be like, me and you going to have this talk, but we not going to do this right now. That turns into, now Quad and Simone is getting into it because Quad want to know, why are you all up in my business about what I got going on? Why are you looking up how much my house costs, how much I'm paying for my house, looking at my VIN number? And she's like, I'm not looking up your VIN number, I was looking up your house. Now, Simone, who's been all up in Quad's business, is mad at Heavenly because Heavenly went and told Quad what she said. And now Heavenly's trying to spur a pot, and Heavenly's not a good friend. Ma'am, so you doggone digging all up in Quad's business, that's cool. But the fact that Heavenly told what you was doing makes Heavenly a bad person? Like, how many times on this show have you have went doggone that somebody told you something and you wouldn't told somebody else? But now since it was you doing it, and it's like, no, that's messed up. How you mad? You see that woman over there bucking at me? I'm like, you all up in this woman's business, and now you talking about she living the way she living because she in debt. Like, how do you know? Why? Because you was all up in this woman's business. Now, I'm not saying that Quad is in debt because I don't know Quad's business like that. I'm not looking into Quad's business because I'm not Simone. But then you want to throw some mess out here like that. And it's like, I think it is Simone's anger that Cecil looks at Quad as a friend. And she's mad about this because she's mad with Cecil because how he treats her at home. There, I said it. I sure did. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. Now, this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.